Hey guys, how are we doing? Crypto Insight UK here, bringing you back another video. So the title of this video is Don't Get Wrecked, and that's going to be for a few different reasons. First off, I just want to say before we get into it, I've been saying to you guys about this move here for all sorts of crypto, so like mainly focusing on like Bitcoin, ETH, XRP. I've been saying that we could have had this relief rally. I made the video on Sunday specifically talking about that. I don't normally make videos on Sunday, saying look, don't be surprised if we start to rally up and then we come down. I think that could trap a lot of people, and I think that's probably what's going on here. I think it's going to trap people on both sides of the spectrum, because what I think is happening now is, first off, you can see, let me just get into this area, what you can see is, even from this period here where my cursor is, more people are going long, so they're trapped in long positions thinking this is the bounce before we go up. And look, they could be right. I'm just showing you my base cases that I don't think they are, because I think we clear this liquidity. And you can see also from here, the higher we've started to go, we've crept up, the more dense the liquidity is, so the more people are going in longs, and that's, you can see that by the yellow and by the red, and again by these areas below as well, down at, what's that, 194. So still, my base case is we come down and flush this liquidity. This move up has trapped some extra longs for someone like for people in XRP. And I also think it's going to trap shorts, which I think is great for us, because I think once we take the liquidity below, we're going to start to head to the upside. Because what's then happening is, now we've got up to this level here, you can see there's liquidity building above us. So people have, on the other side of that trade, are going, okay, cool. Now the price action has come up to 233, whatever. It's a good place to take a short. Right here, that's what they're thinking, and we'll put the stop loss above the previous swing high. So if we're wrong, we'll get stopped out there. So ideally, to get this pain over and done with, we come down, we flush the liquidity below us. All this liquidity above us will start to build. You see how that looks like that when you can't see the liquidity below. But like, just to show you what it'd look like, we flush the liquidity below, and then this would probably start, this would be the only red area, because we've got rid of the red area below us, and then that will be the obvious play for after that. So that's why I keep saying, look, I think it's just a short-term flush. I think we take what's below us, and I think we start to march to the upside. So if we take us to the daily time frame, I've got a lot to talk about here. If we take us to the daily time frame, what you can see is we do have liquidity building above us. Yes, there's liquidity below us at that 194, 195 on the daily, but above us, it's much more dense. And that's where I think we go. I think we come down, I think we take this, and if we look at liquidity from the last however long for XRPs, the daily, what you can see is pretty much we've had red liquidity, we've taken it, so we pushed up into that liquidity there, we took it, came down, took that liquidity there. We took orange here, we can come down, take this orange here, and then we probably go up and take the red and continue up to the orange 340 and all-time highs is what I expect, okay? So with that being said, the title of this video is Don't Get Wrecked. Don't get wrecked because, one, don't shit yourself if we come down and sell your XRP. And two, also, I could be wrong with the short-term liquidity. As I've just shown you on the daily, there's red liquidity above us at 340. So we could just go up. Simple as. So have the preparation for both. My prep is, I'm mostly spot, 95% spot XRP. And I've got a few percent ready to deploy if we come down into the liquidity areas. As I've been saying to you guys, nothing has changed, okay? Same story for ETH, same story for Bitcoin. Let's just show you ETH really quickly. I feel like I just say the same thing over and over. ETH, major liquidity, down here, 2295. We do have some liquidity above us, so I'm not ruling out that we could come up. I don't think we do, but there is liquidity there. I also think structurally, we're about as high as we should probably go before rolling back down, because I think this is a weak push. And you can see when we have the pull down, that's where the volume is highest. On this candle down here, the highest volume candle here, and these candles the same. When we had the push down, the volume was highest on the red candles, and we haven't seen yet a reversal candle with engulfing volume at the previous reds, which I think we'll get if we get into this area. I think we'll start to see really big green candles in terms of volume, and that's what you want to see if you want to mark a reversal territory, okay? Until then, we're just chopping around. And if we're going to chop around, it's most likely that we head to liquidity. That's what I think. That's basically ETH and XRP, the two biggest altcoins. I don't really feel like I need to cover anything else. I was just going to show you ETH in the daily. It's going to confirm what we just talked about with XRP as well. Let's just open this up. What we can see is above us is where the dense liquidity is. We're just trying to work out the short-term range. Do we come down and sweep down to 2000 and then head up? potentially, but above us is where the densest liquidity area is. And you can see as we started to head up towards that area, some of the shorts closed, but there's still strength in there, and there's still people now building short positions above us. And at some point, in my opinion, we squeeze that out. Right. That's pretty straightforward. I don't need to riddle you guys with anything. There's whatever other people are saying online, whether they think or don't think other things, it doesn't matter. It's fine for everyone to have their own opinion. I'm just showing you literally what liquidity is doing and why I think, based on the liquidity and statistics, things are going to happen. Not based on my own opinion, not based on what I want. If I wanted, XRP would just be absolutely sending it right now. We go to all-time highs and to $50, and we'd all run off into the sunset and clap together. But that isn't what I see. So I've just got to show you what I see. At the same time, we're now looking at Velo. This is ETH. What we're seeing is long positions, which kind of reiterates what I'm going to show you about XRP as well. Long positions are coming in because we see our aggregated funding ticking up. There's not much spot volume, and open interest is slightly ticking up in this area of low volume. We'll show you even more obviously on XRP. In this area here, spot volume dropped a lot, and funding is massively positive. Open interest is ticking up slightly. As price falls down, this is people taking longs in my position who will get squeezed to the downside and add momentum to this move. Now, at the same time as this move happening, I do presume, I don't know exactly what the narrative will be, there'll be some sort of big narrative. Maybe it's US enter the war, maybe it's China do, maybe it's Russia, I don't fucking know. This is what I keep saying to you guys. I said this yesterday in the video. This is what I likely expect, a large narrative. Maybe it's a tactical nuke, and I'm not advocating again for any of this. I'm just saying people then will go like this. Oh, you couldn't predict that because this narrative happened, so that's why that happened. It isn't because of the TA. Well, how can I tell you that I think the flush is coming before the narrative? Even before this war started, I said this. I said, look at this area of liquidity. I don't know what the narrative is going to be, but look. And now there's a narrative kind of backing it. So we have an excuse. I'm not saying that it's all linked. I don't fucking know this. It's just, I don't know what's linked and why it happens. I don't know if one makes the other or the other makes one. I don't know which way around it is, but I'm just saying, oftentimes when you have deep areas of liquidity like this that need some sort of narrative for people to attach to emotionally, to flush the charts out, you get the narrative. Whatever that might be. It could be something completely left field, nothing to do with the Middle East war as well. Just saying that it's a perfect time to see a narrative, escalation, and then a de-escalation. I would presume we're at max fear when XRP is down at like 190, 185. I presume if I was going to make a completely off the wall, random call, US step into the war, China step into the war, and Israel threaten or have launched a tactical nuke or something like this, or the other way around, or Iran have nukes and they've made it and they're going to launch one at the US or something along those lines, and then XRP is at 185, and then all of a sudden it gets resolved. I could be wrong, but that's what I feel like will happen ish. And that's a complete storytelling bullshit that I've just made up, but I hope you understand my thought process. Now, with that being said, I keep reiterating, Bitcoin I think goes to about 97k, could come a bit lower to about 93. Wouldn't expect it to go much lower than 90k, pretty much. XRP, Bitcoin, let's have a quick look at that. Yesterday we did try and make that push up to this key area. This key area here, as you guys can see, has acted as key support or resistance multiple times, either acting as a complete barrier and resistance, or when we break down or above that level, it does seem to have a bit of an aggressive move one way or another. So watching that level, it seems to be around that 0.0002. How many zeros there are there? I can't exactly, I'm not very good at reading out. 4 zeros, I think. 4 zeros, 2167, but realistically probably around that 2 sort of level. Yeah, 2167, sorry. And that's about all I have to report on today, guys. I'm saying don't get wrecked because I'm not telling anyone to sell the bags to buy below, because it doesn't have to happen. And we also, as I've shown you guys, have liquidity above us. So we could go up. We could. My base case is we don't. So have the thought in your mind that if we do come down, what you're going to do so you're not caught offside. But don't be selling your whole bags here, because I also think this is a decent price to be DCAing into pretty much any top 200 alt. because I think the next phase, as we look at Bitcoin dominance, the next phase is for Bitcoin dominance to take a shit, whether it's from a higher level or not, and then for altcoins to absolutely explode and probably take over the market. When that happens in terms of time, I'm not sure, but that is the next phase in the markets. As far as I'm concerned, that's essentially all you need to know. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I know it's a bit, I feel like I'm really just trying to reiterate the same thing over and over, and I have been for weeks, and I've been writing about it for weeks in the newsletter, talking about it on YouTube. People still asking me the same question. It does feel like I'm banging my head against the wall sometimes, but I understand people get emotionally attached to positions, and in those situations, ignore what they don't want to happen. So that's why I keep telling you the same thing. It's not what I want to happen, it's just what I see, okay? With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed. If you do want to take any leverage positions, use my code to WEX below. You get 20% deposit on any deposit over $100, 20% bonus, and I also use MEXC to trade as well as WEX. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please do share it with a friend, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let me know if you've got any comments in the comment section. Peace up, A-Town down, Crypto Insight UK would say.